Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for another segment of Faithful Fridays. What a blessing it is to be alive and well and here to jump on and join you for another Faithful Friday. Man, listen, y'all, this is supposed to be a good weekend. If you're in the Midwest, we're trending in the 70s. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So I'm not going to complain, and hopefully you won't complain either. But it's going to be a fantastic weekend. I did some digging over the past week, and I realized that I have been on this encouragement, motivational, Faithful Friday journey for the past 4 years. My God, when I say God is good, and I don't know where I get the strength from sometimes, it is all glory to Him. The enemy will try to discourage you sometime, and I have to remind myself constantly that none of this is about me, which is what I think allows me to keep going, but it's for the glory of God, to be transparent about those things that He allows me to get through, because I know that I'm not in this journey alone. God will give us strength that we didn't know we needed, that we didn't know that we had. He will give us strength to endure, to remain consistent, because that is the big thing. That's the big thing about life, remaining consistent, and to see that, not only that, just give us the ability to let our light shine so that others can be transformed. I continue to command my morning this week, and when times got tough, I got tougher. I learned not to sweat the small stuff, to see the good in all things, and to keep my head up and my eyes open for my next, because that's what life is all about. Figuring out what's next. This moment that we're in right now is leading us to our next. We have to continue to clear the air and be honest about our shortcomings. Yes, I said shortcomings. Those things that we can control, but sometimes we choose not to. Those things that we know we can do better with, like our time. This week, when I say online reminders, were just coming from out of every angle, every directions. They were coming from everywhere, and I was flooded with them, and I was happy about it. It's all about living life to the fullest, y'all. I was reminded when I was tuned into a message from Pastor Darius Daniels about trap doors, and what they can do to us. The more gifted we are, the more options we're going to have, and the more options we have, the more discernment we're going to need about which doors to walk through. I have to constantly remind myself that when the enemy can't destroy me, when he can't destroy you, he can't destroy us with dysfunction, then he's going to try to distract us. Yes, he's going to try to distract us. And so we have to be careful, y'all. What placed the nail in the coffin for me was when he spoke about opportunities and how when we're desperate, every opportunity looks like a good opportunity. And I can't tell you the amount of stories where I've heard where someone has went and signed up for an opportunity and they have no idea if that's a good opportunity or a bad opportunity. And my advice always when someone's talking to me about an opportunity is, did you pray about it? Because God will never lead you wrong. I had someone tell me years ago, if you don't have peace, you already know the answer about how you should respond. And so that's what I always look for. In any decisions that I have to make, do I have peace in making this decision? Talk about desperate. You got to be desperate to know who you are so you don't accept any and everything. Because when you know who you are, you know what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. You have to figure out what brings you joy. That's been a big thing for me, is figuring out what makes me happy, what brings me joy. Is it prioritizing my health? I get happy when I get a chance to work out in the morning. I'm actually grateful when I say, God, thank you for giving me the strength to get up and put my health first this morning. Is it a feeling of knowing that you've overcome a fear or you learn something new? We talk about those things that we want to do, dreams, goals that we may have. Do you get excited? Does it bring you joy when you know that you get a chance to accomplish something that you've always wanted to do? Is it making a difference in the lives of others? That's what I think Faithful Friday is for me. It's my opportunity. It's my gift back to the world to be able to make a difference in the lives of others by sharing my story. Or is it about what you be or become? You have to figure out what it is that brings you joy. I know that as this week was coming to a conclusion for me, the dreams were flowing. I mean, I had a dream probably Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And they were big dreams, really, really big dreams. But one of the two significant things that it was showing me in my dreams was attachment and detachment, and how I have the ability to hold on to things that I should let go, and I have to do this so that I have more room to receive. One of the dreams I had this week, and it was just something so simple. It was about an umbrella. I got up early that morning, couldn't go back to sleep, thinking about this umbrella. I kept thinking, well, the umbrella's not in my car because I haven't seen it for a while. It wasn't on the back seat floor because I knew the last time I left it there, I removed it. Keep in mind, I had just bought a new umbrella. Haven't even used the umbrella. Even though we've been getting a ton of rain, I still continue to use that old umbrella. So now I woke up, when I laid down, I said to myself, as soon as I get up, I need to go find that umbrella. Woke up, the umbrella was right where in my mind it should have been. And I calmed down. And I was like, what is it? Why am I dreaming about umbrellas? It immediately came to me. We are not worried about stuff when it's right in our face. As long as that umbrella was right in my face, I was not concerned about it. Had got a new umbrella, was excited about that umbrella, wasn't even using that umbrella. Still concerned about the old umbrella. We hold on to stuff. I probably needed to release the old so that I could enjoy the new. That's an attachment issue. Sometimes we got to let stuff go so we can enjoy our next. We can enjoy what God wants to give us next. And it was just deep. It was deep. It was another dream I'd had throughout the week about a baby. And it was like I was responsible for this baby. Not sure if this baby was mine, but I had left this baby. And I just remember telling my husband in the dream, I got to go back and get that baby. It was such a connection with this baby. And I mean, it almost made me want to cry. That's how much I cared about that baby. And I had left that baby with its necessities and needs. But I just kept telling my husband, that baby can't survive without me. And as I went on throughout my day and I talked to some of my soul sisters, God was showing me that baby represented abandoning something that I loved. And my heart couldn't take it. And so again, that's another attachment issue. Some things we got to let go. No matter how much we love them, we have to let them go so that God can open up our arms to receive what he has next. We're always talking about our next, but we got to make sure we get in a position to receive our next. And so I was not taking these dreams lightly that God was sending my way this week. I know they were God sent because I couldn't have even dreamed it up if I wanted to. I just couldn't have. I wasn't thinking about babies when I laid down. I wasn't thinking about umbrellas when I laid down. These people that were showing up in my dreams, I hadn't thought about these people, some of these people, in quite a few years. But they were showing up, and God was showing me things in such a big manner. Everything was so big. The spaces that he was even placing me in were big spaces. And so I'm just grateful. I always tell people I don't dream often, but when I do dream, I don't take them lightly, and I write them down. I write them down. And so God is just so good. I'm sorry, y'all. God is just so good in how he does things and how he's strategic at having us to show up, and how he shows out. I know being attached to certain things in our life, they can control our self-worth. They just can. I literally had to take a look this week at the different detriments that are used to measure our self-worth. And, we're going to continue to look at them as the weeks flow ahead, but just looking at some of the detriments to our self-worth and how they can control us. And, I'm going to do more study on it because I don't like to put anything out there on my own personal opinion. I do a lot of reading and I do a lot of studying because I want to have a better understanding. But one of the things that can affect our self-worth is our appearance, our net worth, what other people think about us, those things that we achieve, accomplishments. And then a lot of times it can be our relationship status as well as our social media status. All of these things can control us without us really even realizing it. This week, I would like to just touch on appearance. I really would. I would like to touch on appearance because all around us, we can see that appearance is controlling how so many people show up. We can see it. It's evidence. It's in our social world. It's on the news. People are talking about it. And across the world, we just continue to believe that we're only as good as we look. Yeah. Looking good can certainly enhance your confidence and in certain situations give you a boost. But should your self-worth be attached to it? Should it be dependent on that alone? Looking good, it increases your confidence. But how do you feel inside? We live in a world that favors beauty. But remember, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. It really is. What one person judges beautiful or admirable, it may not even be appealing to another. When we have to keep asking ourselves, how do we wean ourselves from that? One, we have to limit your social media scrolling. And if you can't stop comparing, you see it all the time. Somebody want to show you how somebody else looks. Don't compare yourself to what anybody else got going on. At the end of the day, that's beauty for them. And that's all right. It's all good. And you have to get to a point where you know what beauty means to you, so you can feel good inside and out. Y'all know I have came on these Faithful Fridays. I have felt good. I felt not so good. My hair has been in a good condition and a not so condition, but I'm learning to love the skin that I'm in. Confidence speaks loudly. Clothes are just clothes. Hairstyles are just hairstyles. I remember when we entered the whole natural hair movement. People were so unconfident about walking into that next stage of people accepting being natural because they were so used to having perms and having it pressed out and looking good all the time. When you're natural, it may not look good all the time, but it works for you. And for you, if that means beautiful, that is beautiful. And so, yeah, you guys know I've been in the Sisterlock journey for a while. I've had good days. I've had bad days. I've had, to trust the process. That's what they say in the lock community. You have to learn to trust the process. And I've had to learn to trust the process. And so just learn to love the skin you're in. And stop worrying about other folks and trying to compare yourself to other folks. Because what's beautiful to them may not be beautiful to you. And what's beautiful to you might not be beautiful to them. I'm telling y'all, it was a good week. I'm going to wrap this up because I know the disconnect's going to be even better. It's going to be great. If you're looking for the guys, we will be back. It is officially the summer market. We will be back at Garfield Park Summers Market starting tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We are in spot number 1. So as soon as you walk into the market, you will see the guys. So come see us. We've got your sauce, your barbecue treats. And don't forget to mark your calendars. We are officially in May, and I'm excited about it. Melanin in May is on the way. It's May 25th. That is the Memorial Day weekend. And it goes down from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Community Alliance of the Far East Side. Guys Cooking Creation will be there as a food vendor. Shay Sparks will be there performing. It's a family affair, and I'm excited about it. Like, I'm literally so excited about it. It's full of love, full of culture, full of great hugs, and it's guaranteed to just be a good time. So many food people, so many vendors. Come on out so you can have a good time. It is a family-friendly event, so bring the kids out so you can have a good time. But yes, y'all know I'm not going to end the video without telling you. It's the disconnect for most. Make sure if you're out, you're letting your light shine. I don't care how anybody feels about it. Remember, your transparency is leading to so many others being transformed. This has been your girl 7, and I will see you soon.